European history is a mess. From the Romans to the modern day, it always seems like Europe has done something wrong. Luckily though, there are a few key events we could use to form a summary, and one of the most important of these is the Reformation. And that's what we're talking about today. Let's start with a rundown. So, during the medieval period, the Catholic Church was extremely powerful. So powerful that the Pope had massive influence on many other European kingdoms. Unfortunately, the papacy couldn't sustain itself without money and began to sell indulgences. These were basically get out of hell free cards for anyone who bought them. The church sold these for the modern day equivalent of up to $4 each, depending on the wealth of the buyer, and used this to fund their political agenda. However, all the selling of indulgences pissed off one Martin Luther, a Catholic monk from Germany who hated the sale of indulgences. Luther eventually wrote his famous 95 Theses in order to convince the Pope why the sale of indulgences is a crime against God. But it turns out that the Pope and his followers liked receiving money in exchange for forgiveness, and after a brief trial they excommunicated him. Luther's teachings spread far across Europe, starting many new branches of Christianity and eventually leading to modern Protestantism. So why does this matter? Well, first it signaled the end of the Pope's power in Europe. During the Middle Ages, the papacy was a massive political force, through both its representation of the will of God and more directly through the Holy Roman Empire. However, in the 1500s, Lutheran ideas spread across Europe, and suddenly people from the Netherlands to Poland realized, maybe we don't have to listen to the Pope. This led to several different switches from the Catholic Church by certain European nations. The most notable of these epiphanies came in Britain in the 1530s. See, while Luther started the Reformation, other major figures followed in his footsteps. You all know King Henry VIII, right? The monarch was famous for killing all his wives. Well, his wife wasn't producing any male heirs, so he asked the Pope to permit a divorce on the grounds that they messed up and allowed him to marry his brother's widow. When the Pope said no, Henry split from the Catholic Church and formed his own English church. All because he wanted to divorce his wife. I'm not even joking. This split in the churches led to an increased sense of English, later British nationalism, and Euroscepticism that had a massive impact on how Britain would conduct foreign affairs over the next 500 years. For example, instead of recognizing the line of demarcation and letting Spain have the Americas, the British were like, "F*** that noise," and started colonizing the Caribbean and northern areas of the continent. This nationalism would ultimately lead to both the independence of the USA due to some of its own nationalism, and the increased wealth and power of the British Empire, which would have more impact on modern history than any other state except China, Germany, and maybe Russia. So, yeah, that's how the Reformation ultimately led to the increased wealth and power of Britain and the fall of papal power in Europe. Hopefully you now get that this Luther thing was no joke. Anyway, that's it for now. Thank you all for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Click on the link in the description to join my Discord server, and I will see you all next time. Bye!